The sky is full of bombers, but the Viet Cong are still hiding. During World War II, the US and its allies used more explosive force on this territory than they did on Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan combined. But the enemy is still there, doing well, and it's all occurring under the surface. One unknown soldier starts to go down into a hazardous underground world in the dark, winding tunnels of Vietnam under the forest. Tommy Rivera is his name. His job was to go inside the enemy's heart, learn their plans for the next attack, and bring back important information to stop them before it's too late. Every second counts. If he fails, his life won't be the only one on the line. Hundreds of American soldiers will have to pay. Tommy crawls inside the tunnel's dark space and closes the door behind him. With every mission, the risks get larger. Tunnel rats like his don't stay long, especially when most missions end in failure. He's armed only with the M1911 pistol, the standard issue. But here, the sound of a single gunshot may kill it all. Instead, he relies on his father's antique World War II knife. Quiet, efficient, and deadly when it tells. Tommy doesn't know it yet, but he's only just started. His prior missions have trained him to assume the layout, the entrance, the network of tunnels, and the many floors. The first layer is a swift escape path for the Viet Cong, created for people who need to conceal fast. As he presses deeper, he knows the big secrets lie ahead. The operations rooms, the medical bays, and, most vitally, the command center. NNTHE deeper Tommy dives, the more hazardous the underground system gets. At the very bottom lie the deepest secrets, bomb shelters, evacuation tunnels, and the Viet Cong's last line of resistance. With every breath, Tommy's senses sharpen. The air is damp, the earth heavy with the smell of clay and rust. Every move is a gamble. He's here for one reason: to uncover and destroy the preparations for the next attack. Then a flicker of movement catches his eye, a bamboo trigger. Above, a concealed panel shifts slightly. His heart races. This is the trap. The Viet Cong have constructed these tunnels to be as deadly as they are strategic. Pit vipers, snakes that deliver a fatal venom, lie in wait behind the panel. One incorrect move, and they'll be unleashed, and Tommy won't survive. NNBUT, there's no turning back now. With the lives of his teammates hanging in the balance, Tommy steadies his breath, inching forward. One arm moves, then the next. He clears the trap, but barely. NBUT, this is merely the beginning. The deeper he crawls, the more the air thickens. The tunnel swings a sharp left and opens into a bigger chamber. It's the first real room he's encountered, just large enough for him to crawl into. NNTHE, Viet Cong troops who built these tunnels weren't tall. Most of them were approximately 5 feet 3, while Tommy is shorter than most at 5 feet 1. He fits neatly within this tiny space. His eyes scan the room. Containers of rice, ammunition, medical supplies. The storage spaces are near the exits, designed to allow the Viet Cong to replenish swiftly or withdraw to safety while under fire. He moves forward, trying to listen for signs of the enemy. Silence. For now, he's safe. Minutes pass as he crawls through the moist mud, the tunnel walls pressing in on him. The clay here is strong but dangerous, making the walls almost impenetrable when dry. Still, if it rains, the possibility of collapse is omnipresent. And soon, Tommy arrives at a larger chamber, an open cooking area. The faint smell of burnt rice still lingers in the air. The Viet Cong, unlike the Americans, don't have supply lines stretching from distant bases. They've had to rely on what they can steal, barter, or grow. Their stoves are simple, wooden structures built into the dirt. They cook in secrecy, concealed by the jungle and only during the mornings or on rainy days, when the fog helps mask the smoke from above. Tommy kneels near a little cooking pot. It's warm, the rice still clinging to the sides. Someone was just here. Now Tommy's thoughts traveled back to the lies he had been fed at home. The victories, the triumphs, the heroic stories. But the truth is different. The reality of combat in Vietnam isn't about victory. It's about survival. And for most of the soldiers here, it's a challenge to make it through the next day. Tommy thinks about how the press back home depicts the war, how it's all about victory, about moving forward. But when you're here in the middle of the jungle, surrounded by death and decay, you understand there's more to the narrative. If only they knew the real truth. NNBUT before Tommy can process anymore. He hears movement again, faint but close. He moves forward, hesitantly. The next chamber opens, and he sees a bed against the wall. Scattered medical supplies, a generator running on pedal power. It's a quiet operation, a field hospital hidden deep underground. Tommy knows that this part of the system, the second level, is where the real secrets are kept. The command center has to be nearby. NNTHE tunnel grows colder as he creeps deeper, his body rubbing against the hard walls. There's an unusual calm to the air here, and then he hears it, digging. The Viet Cong have adapted. They've learned to operate in the dark and dig only when the sounds of the jungle block out their activity. The dirt they haul is scattered across the land, hidden under fields or dumped into rivers. Tommy's mission isn't merely to gather intelligence. It's about stopping something bad before it happens. The stakes are larger than he ever imagined. NNHE approaches another tight stretch of the tunnel. The passage narrows, and Tommy can feel the walls closing in on him. His heart pounds in his chest as he presses onward. He's getting closer. Finally, Tommy reaches a vast chamber, the walls loaded with maps and records. This is it, the command center. He scans the maps quickly, his eyes scanning the scribbles on the walls, arrows, targets, and coded notes. And there it is, a red line leading west towards Saigon, with notes indicating the timing and location of the next attack. It's a trap, an ambush, not a breakthrough as they'd planned. Tommy's squad, his friends, are marching right into danger. His heart drops. This isn't just a mission, it's personal. If he doesn't get back to base, hundreds of his teammates will die. Suddenly, he hears footsteps again. Someone is coming. Tommy needs to move fast. He collects the paperwork, folds them up, and stashes them in his belt. But just as he turns to go, he hears a noise, a Viet Cong soldier entering the room. Tommy reacts instantly, moving into the darkness. The soldier goes by him, unknowing. Tommy runs forward, knife in hand, and in one rapid action, puts the soldier down. The room goes silent. Tommy moves rapidly, patting down the soldier's physique. A dagger, a few rounds of ammo, and a picture of the soldier's family. He's simply a kid, no older than 16. Tommy gets a twinge of shame. These youngsters, raised in this misery, had no choice but to fight. And Tommy finds something else. A little, folded map wrapped in plastic. It's a diagram of the tunnel system, with an X marking an exit point. But there's something more, a symbol near the exit labeled prisoner. Tommy's heart skips a beat. If there's a prisoner down here, he can't leave them behind. Not now. Not after all they've been through. He tucks the map into his pocket and takes off again. Time is running out. Tommy follows the map, but the tunnel grows progressively narrower and steeper, the walls pressing against him as he pushes deeper into the earth. The air is colder now, and the smell of damp soil fills his lungs. Then, he hears something, breathing, not his own. And Tommy,
hey, you all right? Can you hear me?
Finds the prisoner, a fellow American soldier tied to a bamboo pole, weak and malnourished, his uniform in tatters. Tommy moves fast, cutting the ropes and lowers the man to the ground. "Stay quiet," Tommy whispers. "We're getting out of here." The soldier nods weakly, too exhausted to speak. Tommy slings his knife and helps the man to his feet. They approach toward the exit, every footstep measured, every breath hushed. Behind them, the sound of shifting feet. Viet Cong soldiers are closing in. Tommy pushes ahead, his heart hammering. They can't be far from the exit now. Tommy keeps jogging, his mind whirling. Every corner, every bend could be the last. He pulls the soldier up a steep incline, his pulse quickening. And then a sliver of light. They're almost out. But then the gunfire rang out. And Tommy urges the soldier ahead, his own heart thumping as bullets ricochet around them.